In this lecture, we shall study about resistors. So first of all, let us study how electronic components are classified. They are classified into active and passive components. So the first one, passive components. The examples are resistors, capacitors and inductors. These components don't have the capability to amplify or process any signal, but they actually help in that particular process. So they only help the active components. So active components have the capability to amplify or process any electrical signal, and the examples are diode, transistors and vacuum tubes. Vacuum tubes were used in the olden days prior to transistors in order to amplify signals. Next we come over to resistors. As you are all aware, resistors are used to oppose the flow of current. It can cause a voltage drop across it, and resistance is the property of a material to oppose the current flow through it. The unit of resistance is ohm, and basically a resistance is characterized or recognized by the following terms like resistance value, the power handling capacity, stability, tolerance, etc. Next we come over to color coding of resistors. So you all have seen what is a resistor. You would have seen that the body of the resistor contains many striations or color bands on it. So they can be 4-band or 5-band resistors. Now taking the case of a 4-band resistors, the first 2 bands are called as the first digit and the second digit. The third one is called as the multiplier and the fourth one is called as tolerance. So you are all aware of B.B. Roy, Great Britain, Very Good Wife, and the digits associated with each of the letters. So if suppose it is green, then we can say that it is 5. So if multiplier is 5, that is the third band is 5, indicates that you have to write it after the first 2 digits, you have to write into 10 raised to 5. And the last band is called as tolerance. Tolerance means once we calculate the value, then we cannot exactly say that this is the particular value of the resistor. However accurately we have designed it. So it can come within a particular probability, that is a plus or minus value. So that probability or that range in which the value of the resistance can vary is called as tolerance. So next let us do some problems based on color coding of resistors. So the first one, you've been asked to find out the color coding of a resistor having the value 67 mega ohm with 10% tolerance. So 67 mega ohm plus or minus 10% means 6, 7. The first 2 digits you can write as such. Then in order to get the multiplier, you can convert that unit into 10 to the power of that value. So here it is mega ohm, so it is 10 to the power of 6, then plus or minus 10%. So let us look at this table. 6 corresponds to blue, then we have 7 which corresponds to violet, then next we have 10 raised to 6, so consider this value, that is the exponential term, so that again is 6, so we have blue, and finally we have 10% tolerance, so that corresponds to silver. Next question. Write the color code for a 1000 ohm resistor with a tolerance of 2%. So as I told you earlier, you write the value first, you write the first 2 digits, just copy as such. The remaining terms you express it as the power of 10. So here it is 10 raised to 2 because 2 zeros are remaining. So then plus or minus 2%. So 1 corresponds to brown, 0 corresponds to black, then you have 10 raised to 2, so 2 corresponds to red, and again tolerance 2 corresponds to red. So it is brown, black, red, red. So next one, a carbon resistor is given with the color code of violet, green and brown. Find its range of resistance value. So first thing that we have to keep in mind is, what is violet? Violet corresponds to 7. Then we have green which corresponds to 5. Then brown, so it is the multiplier, so 10 raised to 1. Next thing, we have to write the unit, which is ohm, then plus or minus. So there is no resistance with just 3 bands, and in the question only 3 bands have been given. So what about the 4th band? So we have to understand that the 4th band has no color. So no color means tolerance would be 20%. So we're going to write 20% over here as the tolerance. Okay, so this is our value. So finally we've got 750 ohm plus or minus 20%. Then you've been asked to find the range of resistance value. So I told earlier, this tolerance actually indicates that the value of the resistance is between 750 minus 750 into 20% and 750 plus 750 into 20%. So we need to calculate that. Okay, so once we calculate that, we'll get 600 and 900 ohm. So the value of the resistance can be anywhere between these two values, and that is the importance of tolerance. Okay, even though we say it is 750 ohm, it can come between 600 ohm to 900 ohm. And the exact value can be found out using a multimeter. Next we come over to standard resistance values. Standard resistance value means only these values and the multiples of these values are available as resistors in practical. Other values of resistors are not available. For example, a resistor having the value 15K is available, which is a multiple of 15, right? So 15,000 is available, but you cannot have a resistor as 14K. So if you are in requirement of a 14K, you can only choose a 15K resistance and place it over there. Next, the type of resistors or how resistors are classified. So we have linear and non-linear. Linear means the graph of the resistor would be a straight line or a linear line, and non-linear means the graph of the resistor would be an exponential or a curved one. Okay, so we have to learn only about linear in this class. So we can again subdivide that into fixed type and variable type. Fixed type is again divided into carbon composition, etc., which we will see one by one. Variable means the value of the resistance can be varied. And this is the symbol of a fixed resistor. That is, so either of these two symbols can be used for a fixed type. Now the first one among the fixed type is called carbon composition resistor. So here let us go to the diagram. So there is a carbon composition clay which is present inside the plastic casing, and over the plastic casing we have got the color bands. Also there are two leads which are used, which can be used to connect to the circuit. It is called carbon composition because a powder of carbon and graphite, etc., is bounded by a resin and it is made into the form of a rod, and this is kept inside a plastic casing, and hence it has got the name carbon composition. This is the normal resistor that we use in our labs. Next we have wire wound resistor, where we have a core, and the core is made of ceramic material, and we have a wire which is wound from one end of the core to the other. The wire that is used is nichrome wire, and there will be also a connector lead to connect to the circuit. The entire ceramic core as well as this nichrome wire is kept inside a ceramic sealing, and this is used for very accurate measurement, for example like Wheatstone's bridge. Next we have the carbon film resistor, where again we have a core and which is called as a ceramic rod. This ceramic rod is first deposited with a carbon film. The thickness of the carbon film can vary. If it is very thin, it is called a thin film resistor, and if it is very thick, it is called as thick film resistor. Then once we have coated the ceramic rod with the carbon film, what we do is we cut a helical groove out of it, starting from one end to the next. So the portion where you can see blue is where the groove has been cut. So only in these places the carbon film, which is spiral, is remaining. So there will be a spiral carbon film starting from one end to the other of the rod. and again there will be some metal leads to connect to the circuit. The entire resistor is kept inside an insulated coating for protection. Next we have metal film, that is instead of carbon film we are going to deposit a film of metal on it. Again it is divided into thick film and thin film. So here the metal that is used is nickel, chromium or mixture of any other metals. Next we have variable resistors. So this is the symbol of a variable resistor where we have the symbol of a resistor with an arrow which shows that using some mechanism the value can be varied. So it could be a knob or a sliding contact, something like that. So the next one we come across is a potentiometer. The potentiometer consists of a knob where it can be turned and the value of the resistance can be varied. So this knob also is, this is the knob actually, and it is connected to a wiper. So the wiper would be connecting somewhere over here. This is the resistive material that is starting from here to here. Okay. So we have got 3 pins on it. The first pin, the second pin and the third pin. So if the connections are taken from the first and the second pin, then we have the entire resistance value with us. But if we are taking from the first and the second pin or the second or the third pin, then what we get is the value starting from here till where the wiper is connected. So the connection would be like this. Starting from here, it will go like this to the wiper and then again to this pin. So only this amount of resistance would be present. The length of the resistance will vary. So by changing this screw, that is by turning the screw or the wiper, so suppose now the wiper is turned to this particular position. So the value is going to vary from here till here. So that is how the resistance is changed. Next we have what is called as the rheostat. Rheostat has what is called as a sliding contact. So you would have seen this in the lab. You can vary this sliding contact and the value of the resistance can be changed. So starting from terminal B, this entire resistance value is taken till here through terminal C. But if the sliding contact is kept somewhere over here, then the resistance value would be only till this, and that is taken through terminal C. Last we have what is called as a preset, where once you set the value you need not change it frequently. So it is used in TV circuits and such circuits where you tune once, then you keep it at a stable position. So this can be done using a screwdriver. So here is where the screwdriver would be placed and it would be turned so that the value of the resistance can be varied.